Aquarium is all-time favorite for many people, but something is getting famous among the hobbyists called aquascaping. Aquascaping is growing aquatic plants inside the aquarium itself, along with woods called driftwoods, stones, rocks, and cave type of arrangements. It should be arranged in a particular order called layout, aqua layout. So there are lots of companies really working on all those things, and there are lots of templates for layout available in internet. Some companies like ADA, Do Aqua, and AFA, all some few companies, they are really masters in that. And I will provide all those links and Wikipedia about aquascaping, Wikipedia link also in my description of this video. So to do aquascape, we need three important things. I can say four important things. One is aquatic plants itself, water, carbon dioxide, and sunlight. So aquatic plants to grow, we need really water. So it's very obvious, we will leave it. And aquatic plants is really important, we can ignore it. Third thing is sunlight. So sunlight, if you place the aquatic plants next to the window, so once sunlight falls on that, it will get photosynthesized and the plants will start growing. Either you can do that or you can provide the artificial sunlight by placing some tube light for the plants, which will provide the equivalent photosynthesis but not natural as well. So coming to fourth one's carbon dioxide, it is very difficult to give the carbon dioxide for the aquatic plants artificially. So what to do? So I did a market research in my local shops, local aquarium shops, and I found that they sell carbon dioxide cylinders for 5,000 rupees till 15,000 rupees, which I cannot afford for my experiments. So I still surfed in internet and collected some bits and pieces of information, and I could able to make some do-it-yourself carbon dioxide reactor or a generator for my aquatic plants. So in this video I'm going to show you how to do it yourself carbon dioxide reactor for your aquatic plants within less than $1 or 60 rupees. Without wasting our time, let's get started. By the way, this is VJ, the hobbyist. First thing is this yeast, which is to bake bread. So we need to buy a yeast, and we need some sugar, and we need a water bottle. Let me show you this. This is a Sprite water bottle, and we need this tube, this just a small tube, and this end I can show you this as a diffuser. This diffuser is CO2 comes through this and diffuses and mixes with the water, and that supplies the CO2 to the water plants. Okay, so we need this diffuser. If you don't have this, I think I bought it for some 500 rupees. Still maybe some 400 rupees, I guess. So this if you don't have this, you can have a stone, bubble stones. So even that will be working out, but it will not diffuse much. CO2 from that bubbles, I mean from the stone, will not diffuse much compared to this. So this will give a very small CO2 bubbles. So that takes lot of time going from bottom to the top, and so that it will mix with the water. So I use this one, and it looks good also. When I see bubbles coming out from these very small bubbles, I like seeing it coming out, coming to the top, and bursting it. So this is one. And the second thing is this setup. This setup is very important. So this is a valve. You can again get it from the aquarium shop. This tube as well. This is one small cap for the Sprite bottle. So what I did is just I made a hole, and I fitted this exactly into that, and I I think yeah, I heated up a little bit so that there will not be a leak gap from the CO2. Here I have a container, and I have filled this much amount of water into that. Now this is the yeast, and I'm going to take a spoon of yeast. It, oh, it smells different. Okay. Mm, it looks I don't want to spill it out, so I'm making a small cone in my left hand. Let me see. Okay, I made it. Oh, I spilled it. Okay. Anyway, I have spilled a little bit. That's okay. So I have filled, uh, and I'm going to put some sugar. This time I will make a proper cone. Done. 1 spoon of yeast and 2 spoons plus half a spoon of sugar. So done. So I'm going to close it out. Just mixing. So as I told you, this is the nozzle. So first close the nozzle tightly and release it exactly in the middle, so that it will not be too much leaking and neither too much blocking. So this is one more valve. This will allow the CO2 to flow in only one direction, so that water will not go in a reverse way. So this is to avoid the reverse direction of flow of gas or water or whatever. So I'm just going to connect this. You can look into that. So this is optional. Definitely this is optional. I don't think okay, if your water tank is just above, there is a chance that water can flow towards this. So in order to avoid that, we need this valve. Yeah, I am going to place it equally, so there is a less chance. So what I mean, water flowing reverse way, and I am going to connect the last. Done. So this is a CO2 generator, artificial, yeast plus water and sugar. You can see sugar and water is settled here, and it will take some time to react. It will take approximately 8 hours to 10 hours. So I'm going to leave it for overnight. I'm expecting to happen at morning 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. Now the time is 11:49 p.m. So this is I have controlled the valve so that it will be approximately 50%, and the other end is this diffuser. And I have two glass sticky, so that I can place it wherever I want. I can stick it in the glass sideways. Okay, so I will let's go to the aquarium and set it up. As I told you, this is my aquarium. It's very small aquarium. If I'm very much successful in this, then I thought of making a bigger one. So let me check. Here I kept it in the floor, and this is the power connection. And I have placed one water circulator, and this is the sunlight, like artificial light, what I told you before. And I'm going to set it up. Just follow me. So setup is done. As you can see, there is a small tube going in, and I have connected to the diffuser. Maybe I can show you closer look. How's that? Okay. So let me tell you the reason why I have made it as a flowing water. So usually we will keeping this aquarium in home. So if it is a stagnated water, there is a chance of mosquitoes coming in, and they will be laying eggs, and it will be really disturbing. So it's good to have a flowing water. Done. Let's not disturb this. Hi guys, welcome back. So after waiting for 2 days, this reactor started working. I'm happy about that. As you can see, there are small bubbles coming up. I don't know whether you can see it or not. So I will increase the flow of carbon dioxide using control valve. So I'm going to increase the flow of carbon dioxide a little bit so that you can see the bubbles. Can you see that? I'll increase furthermore. It's just flooding. It's just flooding. So, well, I'm controlling it back. Okay. The least that we control, and the bubbles, as the small bubbles, I mean the size of the bubbles are smaller, that is better, so that it takes some time to reach to the top. By the time it reaches to the top, the carbon dioxide will mixes with the water, which is really good for these plants. So, well, I will just recall about the setup. The container have this much of water and yeast and sugar. 1 spoon of yeast and 2 spoon of sugar I have put, and it really took more than 24 hours to react and started coming. If you want to react faster, so you can reduce the level of water or increase the quantity of sugar and yeast, so the reaction will be faster, because water will reduce the concentration. So that's the one thing. And here you can see the tube, and the tube is connected to the cap of this Sprite bottle, and I made a small hole and fitted the tube, and I made the Feviquick. I put the Feviquick so that leak will not be there, and there is a valve, and there is a control knob in that. You can see in the red color, and this is a one-way nozzle. This is to avoid the flow of water from container to the from the fish tank to the container, and this is a tube, and the tube is connected to the diffuser. Here you can see the diffuser, and as I told you, this diffuser, it's really optional, but it's better to use the diffuser than the air stone. The reason is that diffuser really make us, I can say, as a, instead of saying as a diffuser, it's a atomizer. Okay, so atomizer is, its CO2 is coming up, and really it makes us very small CO2 bubbles. So bubbles takes very small bubbles takes really long time to reach to the top, and if you see from here, the bubbles will go horizontally and reach slowly to the top. So by the time it reaches to the top, it mixes with the water, and the water is really having a lots of carbon dioxide, which is really good for these plants. So if you use a stone, bubble stones, bubbles will be bigger, and because of that, bubbles will be reaching to the faster to the top, and the mixture will not be that good as compared to this atomizer. And and also using, yeah, that is a one big thing. I see, because you have a nozzle so that you can control the flow of bubbles, but bubble size will be really bigger in the bubble stones compared to this. So let's see. I think it's really doing good, and this container will come for a week or so. And after that I need to prepare one more container like this and wait for a day so that bubbles will come out. And this really works, really works. I did so many times, and plants grows really fast, and it reaches to the top, and I have cut so many times and planted it again, so it really works. I would like to share some lessons learned with you. Don't compress the carbon dioxide gas too much. Then and there, leak the carbon dioxide so that it will the pressure within the container will not be beyond the limit. There, it will burst by itself. So bursting means don't get scared. Just the connection will get leaked. So yeah, the weakest spot will be usually the nozzle, which is connected to the tube, so it will just get removed and the gases will get leaked. So that is a one thing. So always try to if, then and there you just press this container and see if it is too much tight, just release the nozzle so that carbon dioxide will get released in the water more. And by doing some experiments, I mean by doing repeatedly, you will come to know when to do, when not to do, all those things. That is one thing. Second thing is, don't give too much carbon dioxide always, because it will create a algae formation within the tank, which will make you to clean the tank very often. So only those two things I thought of sharing with you. And one last thing I want to share, tell before winding up this video is ecosystem. So we are doing all these things in our home artificially, artificial CO2 generated, artificial sunlight, but plants are really growing well. But how they are growing in pond, and just thought of just sat and thought and got answered that there are fishes which exhale carbon dioxide, which is the input for which is a food for plants, and after plants growing very well, it will exhale the oxygen, which is taken again by the fish. So you can see the complete cycle. So I think this is an ecosystem. So that's how the pond and all the living organisms within the pond, from plants to insects, fishes, and everything is working out well. So if you like, if you see this video is very informative and useful for your aquascape, then just like this video.